Yes. Well, welcome to our new discussion about the idiot over here, Foxler, and my friend, Skillet.
Yes, that is my name. My name is Skillet. That's basically how it goes. So, here's the deal. We're going to talk about the furry community as a whole, only because it's gotten to the point where there's a lot of divide, as well as judgment, and a lot of listening to rumors. To me, it's become more of a job than anything. Um, so internally, in my eyes, coming to this community is all fun and joy until you realize behind that happy, fun demeanor that is the furry fandom, there's a shit ton of drama. And we're talking mainly about this guy right here. Because, oh my god, he is such a Nazi. Right? Um, a lot of it is based on judgment of him, as well as judgment of others for their self-expression, their creativity, their lifestyle, as I've noticed sometimes. Um, and to me, it's got me conflicted internally. Um, to the point where I want to see this fucking community crash and burn. And that's saying something. Because I love this community too. Um, and that's why, as of right now, I don't know what to do. So I figured I would make this. And throw this guy in the mix because he's cool. So deal with it. I don't give a shit what you think about the goddamn Nazi nose.
We have to censor you now. Bleep bleep.
Are we that? Are we seriously doing censoring? That's a lot of work.
No, I don't. You're the producer.
Well, you know what? I will say as many goddamn cuss words as I want because I'm a.
You
I
sure
just-
YouTube ain't gonna take you down for this?
It's 18 plus.
Oh, snap.
You said, "Oh snap." All right, and my main thing about this is this rant's coming from a nobody in this community, because of course you have all the poppy furs, of course. Matter of fact, I'm probably sitting next to one of the more infamous poppy furs because he is such a bad guy.
I don't want to be a poppy bird.
You don't want to be one?
Mm-mm.
Well, too bad. I think you are just based on what people think of you.
Oh, snap.
Crackle pop. My biggest thing is, why can't we go back to the days of, we're all getting along. We are all accepting of everybody, no matter what. Those days are gone.
Yeah, the days you wait for when Cow and Chicken was gonna come on the next episode.
Basically, it was like, I wish it was like the 90s again.
Exactly.
The 90s was the shit. And I feel as if nowadays we're taking a big look at society with all its hate, its, bigotry, lack of common sense especially, and a lot of petty, insignificant things, and applying that to this community. It's not cool. Only because this whole furry community is supposed to be something separate from that. And I could list off the amount of things that I've gone over in the past couple days while I'm reading this gigantic 12-page college essay of a rant.
That looks like junior high. What do you think
I guess junior high nowadays.
Look at your font. It's so goddamn big.
It's Times New Roman. What did you expect? I had to make it somewhat official.
Oh.
A lot of what it comes down to in this community, besides all the hate and distrust that I'm noticing is it's not just one person's job to change shit, and something like this has probably already been said multiple times. It all comes down to we need to do this together. I don't care who you are, if you're a member of Furry Raiders, you're an alt fur, anything like that. I don't really give a shit. It all just comes down to furries being furries. You know?
That's why we always say quality starts with you.
We say that?
How,
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, how long have you been dealing with me? And you don't know what our slogan is?
I know, right? You know, and that's also one of my biggest things I want to point at is this guy right here. What do people think of you?
That I'm some Nazi, homophobic, I've lost track actually.
Oh shit.
You know, bigot, racist,
You forgot white supremacist.
white supremacist.
The list goes on what
let's
they
go.
call
It's
you.
like it's so big. I mean, I get new notifications about every 15 seconds about a new thing I am.
It's
on Twitter.
It's saddening only because you know a lot of it has to do with rumor, a lot of it has to do with people overreacting, a lot of it has to do with fucking hearsay, everything like that. When it comes down to it, a lot of what it is an opinion. And the fact that none of this community can accept one person's opinion, be it, you know, because of a damn armband or the way of thinking, when all it is simplistic thinking. Because, you know, people. What was the last thing someone said to you that you don't support any race?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, see that leads me to this point right here. There's no such thing as race. We're all just the people.
Well, they will say that there are certain categories, but then you're putting people in categories. And I, you know, as a furry, I don't feel like I need to put anybody in a category. I remember when Two Griffin was talking about years ago when furries tried to put mythical creatures in categories. You know, back on the bus. And it's like, why do we do that? We could just be all this creative nonsense.
Exactly. And it's like categorizing furries into different races, I guess you could say. You know.
Species, mister.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Species. Well, there's different races too.
So you're going to tell me that I have to have a problem with a red fox, seeing him a Corsac fox? But the fennec is too
I thought you were
short?
more of a fennec.
I ain't no fennec.
I know, I'm just kidding. No, my whole point is, it's his opinion. If you don't like it, quit going to social media and blowing up about it. Because guess what? It's the fucking internet. Nobody gives a shit. The only person that gives a shit is the guy who fucking made Facebook because you're making him money. The guy who made Twitter because you're making him money. You know, a lot of this bullshit that I see is probably just because someone wants attention because they want to be noticed. You know what I mean?
I remember when you wanted to get noticed, you would post on 4chan stupid shit.
4chan's not even around anymore. Well, it is, but, you know.
Well, yeah, nobody goes there. Everybody goes to Reddit now, and I don't even want to keep up with that anymore.
I would hate to try to keep up with the furry shit on Reddit.
I think there's a Reddit post on me somewhere.
I kind of want to dig around and find that and just bitch at them.
Oh, it's so old. It's not even by furries, too, the post.
Well, then why the fuck do they... That just proves my point. Why do they care?
Why does a whole bunch of drama... I think it was like some drama queen Reddit forum want to talk about me.
Well, and, you know, it all has to stem back from one thing. And that one thing has always been RMFC. What, last year?
Yeah. That, you know, I purchased some rooms I would say we had about 30, 35 rooms.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna plan to give them to the friends and people that wanted it. I had no other interest instead of just throwing a whole bunch of rooms out and having a great time to enjoy it. And if we could be all on the same floor and have a little bit of a party going on, yeah, a little bit of coordination. Furries love coordinating weird, fur piles. Why can't I do that?
And by fur piles, I'm assuming you mean yiff.
No, fuck you. No, not that kind of.
I'm just kidding. There's a lot of stuff that happens like that. You know it.
Yeah, I know. I try to avoid it.
And a lot of what I noticed is people actually said you were going to sell the rooms.
No.
Yeah. And wasn't there also construction going on around that time too?
Oh yeah, the Marriott was doing a renovation, so the con had to move to a different hotel, which didn't have enough rooms to handle everybody. So they had an overflow, and so yeah, I mean, at the end, people did give me donations or monies towards the rooms, because it's quite a bit out of pocket.
Yeah, and you also worked with RMFC to fix that shit.
Oh yeah.
And you ended up giving how many rooms back?
No, we gave about 20, 25 rooms back.
Yeah. So in the end, that fixed itself, but again, it all stems back to social media. That blew the fuck up and created drama everywhere.
Oh, it did. A lot of people didn't want to go to RMFC because of it. So that's the reason why it took longer to fill the rooms that we did have.
Well, and when it comes down to that, RMFC itself, it's in Denver, of all places. Denver's, a centralized location, yes, indeed, because it has the international airport. But at the same time, there's not very many furries in Colorado. That, at least I've noticed. A lot of them are in Denver. You have a lot of them coming from out of state, yeah. But you shouldn't expect that many numbers.
Well, RMFC has always been growing.
Yeah, and, I think the only reason their numbers were down was because of the over-perpetuated and over-dramatized stuff that happened.
Well, and I personally didn't think it was a wise idea for RMFC to actually point at the people that had the rooms, which was me and the group, Furry Raiders.
Yeah.
We could have handled it a lot more exclusively under the table.
Yeah.
And got it all worked out. And
that was my next point, actually, was it shouldn't have been, broadcast to the whole damn world. It should have been something that was conducted in a more of a business sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's... When you run a convention, you treat it like a business.
Oh, that's absolutely. It still has to break even at the end of the day. And, with the rooms that we did get, that was outside the con room block, too. So
yeah, I was going to say, didn't you also get those outside of the room block?
I worked with the hotel directly for that, because I knew that the rooms were going to be short, and I wanted to make sure I had enough.
Yeah.
Like any sensible individual would. I want to make sure I have enough so I can do what I had plans to do.
Yeah, exactly. And that basically kind of started all this drama with the Raiders.
Yeah, I pretty much was unnoticed for like almost 7 years. 7, 8 years.
Right.
Nobody knew anything about me. It was just some dude on Second Life.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It all started on Second Life, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. But, it's things like basing it off of one event that happened that lead to rumor, which leads to distortion of the truth, which leads to what eventually becomes hearsay. Because by the time it passes that 450-second person, you're not getting the whole story, and you're not getting all the facts.
That is very true.
And it's happening more and more lately. Like, on to the next subject.
RMFC for 2017.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was really loud. So, what went down with that? was
Oh.
you, sir, going to a lecture at the Colorado University in Boulder.
Yeah.
For Milo, I cannot say his fucking last name.
Minneapolis?
Is Minneapolis?
I don't know. See, we don't even know his last name. I can't even pronounce
I'm going to call him Milo Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
That's what it is. I mean, and he has a lot of good views. He's a member of the left political party.
He's not a part of the left.
He actually is.
No, he's all right.
Is he all right?
He's all right.
Then why the hell did I say...
Why'd you say... You
I shouldn't have trusted the goddamn YouTube comments. Thank you for correcting me.
He bashes on the left. That's what he does.
I thought he was on the left bashing the left.
No.
Oh. Well, I guess... No, he is on the right.
He is on the right.
My whole point was with involving you. You got your 10 seconds of stardom, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't even know it. I was just standing there looking all stupid and was like, hey, here's my ticket. And then Fox News is behind me taking video shots of me, and I'm just...
Oh, it's even more ironic because it's Fox News. Get it?
Yeah. 10 seconds of armband.
I know, right?
Yep.
And my whole thing with that is that if you're a cameraman and you see someone walking around in this, you're going to go, that's going to make some good B-roll.
Oh, yeah, and that's why they used it.
Exactly.
As like any smart news company,
You're like, a man in a fox suit? Fuck yes, let's get that on the news.
Well, I was there with protesters too that said punch Nazis, and I didn't feel any bruises here, so it should be good.
It's because your schnoz is very well protected.
So no, they were pretty cool about it. People were taking pictures of me, and it was just like, can't take you seriously moment. And
yeah.
That's the whole point. This is not serious. If this was serious, then the whole fandom is doomed.
If this was serious, if this was serious, we'd all be doomed.
We're doomed.
Yeah, but that started the initial thing.
Right.
And then, of course, the secondary thing was a retweet that was not meant to happen. Am I correct in understanding that?
Yeah, I think it was some retweet to some Richard Spencer dude that supposedly is all about white supremacy and all this, and I just reached out to him to see what he thought about furries. I don't know. I can't get, I'm just asking, hey, do you give me a safe space to be furry? Obviously, people like that won't respond to comments like that. They think you're pretty much a lunatic. So,
well, yeah.
But then furries think, because I make a tweet about it, I align with his conceived notion of this white supremacy. I'm like, fuck humans. Don't need that shit.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect meme right there furries used to throw around and say, get that human stuff away from me. Like, oh.
I love the little arm race.
It's like, yeah.
Get it away now.
Get that nasty human stuff away from me.
Right. And that's kind of how it used to be, was it had nothing to do with a lot of the shit that went on in society. That's what I kind of miss, because it was a break from the real world. And
yeah,
you got
the internet
to be...
wasn't as serious. Like, I swear, like, the last 2 years, because of all this blowing up, I have not watched any fail videos in a while. It's all been just political, PC, SJWs losing their mind, feminists, and I'm just like, wow, entertainment just got bad.
Well,
what happened today when kids were jumping around on trampolines and they smacked their head on something? And you're like, ha ha ha, and then you just did that all day.
Right. Nowadays, all you have is... Did you see that one video I sent you about the chick who just constantly kept yelling, fuck white supremacy?
Yeah.
At one of the Milo lectures? That is essentially what we've come to.
That is our fail blog of the... now? Oh my god.
I want to make a remix of that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it all stemmed from that. And this misplaced tweet.
tweets are always misplaced. They're stuck into a void of little birdies.
Well, it's because it's Twitter.
Oh yeah.
You can only argue so well in Twitter, considering it's 140 characters.
So retweet happened, and then RMFC got a lot of flack.
Oh, they got a shit ton of flack. It's actually kind of funny.
And then we have to make a statement. Furry Raiders, their symbolism, this is very offensive.
Yeah, this is totally offensive. I mean, look at it. It's even got silver on it. I mean, it's so offensive. And then, oh, look at this. This one's also offensive.
Oh.
I know, right?
So offensive for me.
I know. It burns my hand to touch it. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. It's so gay. It's so gay and colorful, Foxler.
No. Oh,
it burns.
I like natural colors. Natural.
I like neutral colors like red. Or green. Or magenta. Because guess what? You can use any of those colors, right?
Yes, you can use any color you wish on this patch. Anywhere you wish, too. I've yet to see some assless chaps with this. I'd be a little concerned if I saw that.
That's your Christmas present next year.
Oh, God.
Some assless chaps. How does that make you feel? But anyway, I digress.
I'm going to dunk you in a toilet. That's what I'm going to do. That's how it makes me feel.
I don't want to get drowned by a fox. That would suck to have in my obituary. Man drowns due to fox. And I'll make sure they say, no, it wasn't racism. We were just having fun. No, but all this shit with RMFC has blown all this shit out of the water, essentially. They dug their own grave. And, you know,
they could have handled it a lot better professionally.
They could have handled a lot of things.
They could have just said that we're planning to make some changes to our dress code to reflect the concerns of last year.
I love the way they worded it, because they said anything offensive. And, you know, and it's up to the directors and the staff to deem what is offensive. So if I were to walk in there with a shirt that
said Donald Trump, no KKK, no fascism, that could be considered offensive.
Basically. Or, you know, I could walk in with a giant, large banana between my legs and you know, it'd be deemed offensive.
What are you looking at me for?
I don't know. I was trying to make a point. I was hoping you would say you're right. But I guess you weren't going to. You know, and it all stems from the Raiders. Which, as one myself, I honestly find it to be really petty. This guy right here actually has no input as to what I say. I'm just letting him speak his mind as well, because he deserves to. Ain't that right?
Oh yeah, you're not controlling me like a Nazi. You're not telling me what to do. You're not trying to dictate what comes out of my mouth. Oh, well, my mouth doesn't move, so it must be a problem. But
well, my mouth doesn't move, he says. I get you. But yeah, I mean, all this is from me. This is my opinion. So if you don't like it, that's up to you. You can go blow Twitter up about it. Again, I'm a nobody, so I doubt this is going to get anywhere, but I feel like this all needs to be said, that this community is crashing and burning.
They're just going to come to me and be like, no, it's your fault. Foxler, it's your fault.
It's not your fault, because I said, hey, do you want to be in this video with me and express your opinions?
Yeah, but it's like my existence made you speak your opinion.
I love you. You didn't make me do anything. Paid for and sponsored by the Furry Raiders. Actually, no, it wasn't, because guess what?
I didn't type this.
Yeah, I did. And it's like a college essay.
It's not what I said like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. My next point has to do with the Furry Raiders as a whole. Because, we're all racist. We're all white supremacists. We're all biased. Basically, whatever they call him, they call the Furry Raiders. Hey, Foxler.
Mm-hmm.
Can a black man be racist toward themselves?
That's a good question. I don't actually know.
We can. Do we choose to? No. Can a black man be a white supremacist?
They can be a black supremacist.
Panther Party, bro.
Panther Party, bro.
But my point is, none of this is stemmed from actual, ideologies of, Nazi or anything like that.
So then the question is, what are the Furry Raiders? If we're not this,
you're about equality.
Well, we're a group of friends that believe in equality and being silly when we need to be silly. Just like furries. Oh my god.
It kind of goes along with what I'm doing here. Because, I agree with what the Raiders want to do. They want to make everything back the way it was, in a sense.
They could say that's fascism.
You know what? Fuck fascism. Fuck fancy words. Fuck everything. In this day and age, you can't say shit without somebody wanting to be like, oh my god, you offended me. You know what I mean?
Well, it would be... Well, the point is bringing back everything to when we used to be ridiculed for being furry. We were very close as a group.
Exactly. It was more of a closed thing. And it was... And at the same time, while being a closed community, we were more accepting of those who wanted to become part of it.
Absolutely.
Lately, everything's just been so judgmental. Like...
Oh, you can't be this kind of green fox because I already own this.
Exactly. There's only so many creatures out there that you can use your imagination for. But at the same time, if it's something completely off the spectrum, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's so scary." They're not gonna be very accepting.
No, and I think it's really important that it's not about the character the physical character. It's about what you put into it emotionally.
Exactly.
How you present it. And obviously I present mine in a very different manner than a lot of people do. But it's me.
Yeah. And well, you're expressing your opinions in a way. And, you're it's kind of almost like you kind of have your human self, which is your everyday normal self, and then you have your persona.
Who's talking about normal self? It's Foxler 24/7.
I'm not talking for you.
Oh, okay, okay.
You're always Foxler. No, but my point is, I really wish we could just go back to those days where nobody gave a flying fuck about any small little detail.
Now there's an Angel Dragon Club.
The fuck is there has to be a club for that? Yeah,
that's what I heard. They give out certain Angel Dragon stuff for Angel.
That sounds like some kindergartner here have a special graduation ticket because you're moving on to the first grade bullshit.
So obviously I don't want to bash anybody that supports or is an Angel Dragon, but that's kind of like safe space feeling. Like,
that's what a lot of this community has become, is one giant safe space, like RMFC.
Yeah.
That's slowly becoming a politically correct safe space. And we all know what's gonna happen when, maybe the numbers are down. Guess who's gonna get blamed? Yeah, exactly. And did you do anything?
The sign of existing. That's about it, guys.
Because I remember talking to you when this whole shit went down. We all were like, the fuck is going on?
No, we were just sitting there talking on Skype. It's like, oh, look at all the people retweeting, and then
it escalated, and we're like, wow.
Yeah, and then we get notification. Oh yeah, our Raiders symbolism has been banned. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's basically when we were like, we didn't even do anything.
Everything just went silent. It's like, huh? You're kidding, right? Then we all go to RMFC's your Twitter and Facebook. You're like, oh no, they aren't kidding.
Yeah. Basically, we just kind of sat at the sidelines like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like two.
And why are we all of a sudden involved?
That's the funny thing. It's like, having all the dogs fighting, and then you have a little cat behind the fence just pick his head up and like, hey.
Oh yeah, I sent you that picture. It was the two dogs fighting, and it said when your friends cause drama, and then it had this little cat peeking over. I'll try to find it so I can put it in this video because it was. I remember sending that to you, and I was like, "This is us right now. We are that little cat peeking over the fence. Like, the fuck's going on?"
Is that mean that the canines build the wall and the felines pay for it?
Well, kind of.
That's kind of.
And this whole community has just gone to shit, and it all stems from almost everybody hating everyone, in a sense. I mean, yeah, you have the front that everything's all hunky dory, but once you take it to I honestly think the problem has been social media.
Yeah, it's
because everybody expresses themselves on the internet, and does an opinion matter on the internet?
Not a whole lot.
Exactly.
I'm
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, by the way.
No, that's fine. I just real opinion matters when you're having discussion face to face.
It's face to face discussion, and that's kind of how. This guy was the first guy I met here. I remember that. It was a fun day.
Yeah, we're planning to go to a meet, and then nobody showed up but us.
And then we sat outside talking for like a half hour.
And then I'm like, wait, you're a brony.
Yes, I am.
And then I was like, oh, I gotta let him know I have a problem with this. And then I let him know, and he's like, whatever.
Well, we did talk for like ever about like people in general, and just to me, it's like the whole reason the Raiders exist is to
reevaluate.
Reevaluate and bring about equality, because there's a lot of separation lately.
Oh yeah, and I had separation with you that day because I was like, wait, he's a brony, but then
did I care that you hated bronies?
I didn't hate them. I just didn't.
Well, you know what I mean.
I just disliked the fact of their community, but then I was just like, whatever.
Exactly. And do I care that a majority of furries out there dislike bronies? I mean, it's inked on my fucking skin that I'm a brony. And it is. I have that one's actually My Little Pony, and then this one's actually My Little Pony.
Oh my god.
And I mean, I was in a dark time when I found that, okay? We're not going to go into that. Okay. But my point is, this was the first guy I met for, in the furry community, and...
Are you sure? I thought you said you met people in Denver.
No.
You knew people in Denver?
I knew people in Denver, but I've never met them face to face. You were the first one I ever met face to face.
Oh, wow.
You were the first one I actually had an intelligent discussion with. Because...
Apparently that makes me a Nazi.
How does that make you a Nazi?
I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to mind because I've heard it so much though lately.
Well, you know what? Having intelligent discussion does not make you a Nazi, because I agree with half the shit you say half the time.
And when you don't agree with the shit I'm saying, I must be in some loony place for a little while and jumping off the walls.
Kind of like when you handle shit on social media like a child?
Yeah, sometimes happens.
You have gotten better about that. You have, literally.
I took it from a very credible source. To the Renton Griffin, very knowledgeable how to handle social media.
Fuck shit up?
No, he just lay down the truth and the facts. That is it. Don't have to discuss about other people's lives and what they do. This is mine. This is what I do,
and then leave it be.
Leave it be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of it stems. A lot of the hate that I imagine you receive was because. And not to bash you, because you are actually pretty damn intelligent. Everybody handles shit like a child on social media, Something happens in the heat of the moment, you put something up, and then you're like, well, fuck. Especially since you can screenshot everything.
Every screen cap of me is amazing. Oh yeah. So all the years I spent being on the computer and all the weird stuff I've typed out, I have, I have trolled people before in the past.
Everybody's trolled people.
I know, and surprisingly, I've even trolled towards actual Nazis.
How do you troll a Nazi? Do you like? I was gonna say, do you dangle a Jew in front of them?
No.
Oh.
I wear this.
How is that troll?
Think about it.
I'm very open-minded and I don't care about that armband because guess what? It's just a piece of fabric to me.
but actual white supremacist Nazis don't like that because this doesn't represent them.
Oh, you mean neo-Nazis?
Yeah, neo-Nazis.
Okay,
yeah,
I get you. I can see where that comes from now. I can see why they would be pissed.
So they don't like this. So don't think, I'm a Nazi. They don't like this. They think this is offensive because it doesn't represent them.
Because it's
not them.
It's not them, exactly. It's a paw print.
It represents furries in some form or way. Well, actually, yeah, that's why so many people collect plushies and a whole bunch of stuffies of their animals and weird animal collectibles and then paws and then you guys go on and get a whole bunch of art made of your persona.
Careful, don't mention paws. You might get banned from RMFC.
Oh, snap.
Shit. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
But yeah, so we collect everything that's like animal related.
Especially if it's your Sona.
Yes. You can see it. I have so much Fox stuff around here. It's ridiculous.
Like this beautiful blanket.
Yes, Fox. My bed, Fox. My shower, Fox. I live on Foxtail Street. I run a company called Fox Runner PC. My name is Foxler.
No, here's the biggest thing.
Yeah, what?
I love when people say that your name is a mix between Fox and Hitler. Because guess what? It ain't.
It ain't. When I originally created my Second Life name back in 2007, I had to come up with something a little bit more interesting than just being called Fox. And if you notice, my original screen name that I've used for almost 2 decades is Star Fox Ace Fox. That wasn't gonna fly. So I just took my last 3 of my last name, and then Fox, and made Foxler. And not until like 2010, people started putting it together as Fox and Hitler. So it's been just thrown around as a joke with friends. Like, oh yeah, people call me this, as I'm the Hitler of the furry fandom or some weird shit.
It's not even close. But yeah, that always entertains me when someone calls you Hitler Fox, and I'm like, no, you're not. It's the last 3 of his last name. I was like, that's how it's called creativity.
I mean, you notice actually, if you look at all the furry names from over the years, in the 90s, a lot of people tried putting animal, their name of their animal in their name.
Exactly.
Like Kiba Wolf or who else? Oh God, I can't think of any furry names.
I can't think of
now.
any either.
Well,
But you get the point. The point is a lot of people sometimes they want to incorporate their own name into their persona, and sometimes you end up with weird shit. But I'm not calling you weird. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying. But now you got some really weird names out there.
I mean, now you have
yours.
Look, just because mine is based off a video game character does not mean it is special. Oh. It is very special. I'm gonna go to my safe space.
Like a perfect example. How did Majira get his name anyway?
I have no fucking idea.
That's a good one, actually.
Well, if you take Majira's full persona name, I think his is, what, Majira Strawberry?
Yeah, well, his fox is part strawberry.
How is a fox Can I get into the logical standpoint of this? Because how the fuck is a fox part strawberry?
I've seen Jello foxes.
Yeah, but that's at least different. That's not like when I hear Majira Strawberry and the fact that he's part strawberry, I just imagine a fox.
Well, he's just colored like a strawberry.
Oh.
The
strawberries aren't orange.
He's not orange. He's red.
Well, he looks orange to me.
Like like really weird, like
a burnt orangey red thing.
No.
My whole point behind his name was I was gonna say I imagine a fox and a strawberry fucking.
I've seen a coyote and turtle mix hybrid.
A curdle?
Turtle, yeah. I like turtles.
Paint job, what do you think?
I like turtles.
I like trains. No, but
there's some classic memes for you if you don't know them. Look them up.
Basically, I love how this rant has literally turned into a rant about everything.
Well, is there anything else on topic we should let these viewers know? -2 viewers, no.
-2 viewers? Oh shit, we're still losing live stream viewers. No, basically, I'm just gonna...
This is pretty much Furry Raiders right here. Enjoying time together.
Basically.
And cracking weird jokes that make no sense half the time.
This kind of interaction is what I miss, essentially. Because, yes, you'll see it out there and, you know, at meets and everything, but in the background on social media, you don't see that for shit. You know what I mean?
No, once you get somebody that's uber offended, they're just like...
OMG!
Oh my G! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I miss the days when you could actually fucking have fun. And it's gotten to the point where I actually... Did I actually tell you I was fucking sick over all this? How I felt about this lately?
Oh yeah, he was so difficult. You were just so not in the mood for any of it.
No, I wasn't. I was sick and tired of it. I was like, this community needs to burn. But at the same time, I was like, no, I want this to thrive.
You want this to work. We all want it to work.
I do.
If you're a furry and you don't want this to work, you're not a furry.
No.
Just the exit stage left. or come talk to me.
Just don't punch him in the face.
Yes.
Because he's a cool fox.
We don't need violence. Violence no good.
Violence?
Only if it's in your EF art. That's fine. Whatever.
What? You went from serious subject to yiff.
well.
On to my next subject, yiffing. Who gives a fuck? Literally. No, but it all comes down to... I miss the camaraderie. I miss the equality. I miss everything, essentially. Because it's all gotten politically correct, and you have all these SJWs running around and trying to ruin everybody's fun.
Well, really the simple thing is if you really have a problem with something someone's doing, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
And see if you can make a compromise.
Yeah.
Or let them know how you feel. That's the best way. And I know people have let me know how they feel. But at the same time, they're very aggressive.
Yeah, it's
very hateful.
They act in a passive-aggressive way.
Right. And it doesn't get anywhere.
No. Acting passive-aggressive or even aggressive toward a subject, especially on social media, is not the way to go about it. If you want to get a hold of someone through social media to discuss something, you don't need to be a goddamn keyboard warrior to get your point across, you know?
You don't have to. You just need to go out and talk to the person.
Or hit them up, you know? Like I said, Skype. Everything. There's so many different ways to go about it, and bitching on social media is not the answer, because when it comes to social media, nobody gives a fuck about your opinion.
Nobody does.
No.
So that's a big issue.
The whole issue about this community is it basically stems from social media. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Suck my dick. No, but that's, like I said, it all comes down to communication and how it's perceived and how it's done. And I'm just sick and tired of it. And it needs to end. Otherwise, next person that bitches at me, I'm going to deck in the schnoz. Not really.
And on that horrible note, see you next time.
Bye, bitches.